says again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities. He then left on his trip. One caveat I want to add is that money, the use and the management of it, is the topic Jesus spoke of most often. He spoke of it most often. Why? Because it's the root of all kinds of evils. If we can surrender it all to Him, time, talent, and treasure, God will bless us abundantly. How do I know? Because of the following scriptures. So we know that He's going away, so He's giving them time. How are you going to use your time? We also know that He gave them money, right? He gave them money. He entrusted it to them, just as God entrusted to us. Not only that, He gave it to them based on their talents, their abilities. One of the things that's interesting in this passage is when it talks about these bags of silver, 1 bag of silver equaled 75 pounds of silver. So just take that into consideration for a moment. But He divided it in proportion to their abilities. He then left on His trip. The servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money, right? He's investing it. God has given him, or the master has given him 5 bags. He's entrusted him with it because he has the ability to go out and invest those resources. That can look like all kinds of things. All kinds of things. So there's a skill there that's not in the others. It says the servant with the 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. So he took that money, he started working, he started also investing, but he was putting it to work. And in that, he was able to return 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. I think far too often as the church, I'm not talking about us, I'm talking church, Big C church. Far too often we don't dig holes, we build buildings. And we bury what we've been given in that. We put more time, talent, and treasure into what happens here than what we do out there. Does that make sense?